And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. During the 80s, Tom Horn was one of the most notorious characters in Wyoming. But like history books say, sometimes he was on the side of the law, other times he lived by his wits, his courage, and his gun. But one thing you could be sure of, if there was trouble, sooner or later, Tom Horn was bound to show up. Tonight, I'm going to tell you a story of how he once got mixed up with some perilous cargo.
Tom Horn, I'm letting you go on one condition. Don't ever come back to Laramie.
Suits me.
Take care of your town, Sheriff.
Hold it right there, mister. All right, Tom, you know me. Sam Drake.
Sure, I know you. You following me or just heading in the same direction?
Yeah, I'm following you. I got a little job I thought you might be interested in. That is, if you could use $1,000.
Any man can use $1,000. What do I have to do for it?
Hold up the Laramie coach out of Cheyenne tomorrow afternoon.
How much gold she carrying?
None that I know of.
And what do you want to hold it up for?
Women?
Women.
Yeah, 4 of them. Mail order brides on their way to Laramie to get married. Only I got some friends up in the hills who want some wives.
What are all these women going to say about this?
For $1,000, who cares?
All right, Sam, you've got yourself a deal. You meet me at Pilot Knob. You have the money, and I'll have the females.
Right.
maybe a quail.
Hello, handsome. Thanks for coming to our rescue.
Anybody hurt?
Just shook up a little. You better do something about that driving.
Sure. Let's see if I can find a spade.
Finished?
Yep, that's that.
Poor Harry.
You know him?
Used to see him in the El Dorado between runs. That's where I work. Oh, I'm Della Allison.
You mean the dance hall in Laramie?
That's the place. You been there?
Just left there. I don't recall seeing you, though.
Oh, well, I've been away for about a month in Kansas City, picking up some new costumes. You just ought to see 'em. Change for every day in the week. Knock your eye out.
It's like I left too soon. Where'd you run into them?
On the stage coming back. They're all going to Laramie to be married.
Oh?
This here's Amy.
Howdy.
Hello.
She's going to marry the sheriff. Oh, but I guess you know Sheriff Peters, don't you?
Well, you might say we had a running acquaintance.
And this is Bess.
How
Howdy.
do?
Raised on a farm. She's sure going to make a good wife for that rancher of hers. What was his name again, honey?
Brett Rankin. They've been corresponding for a year. I'm Mary Jackson.
What about you?
I've got a doctor waiting for me.
Doc Hamilton?
Why, yes. You know him, too?
I guess I should. He dug a couple of slugs out of me.
We started writing while I was teaching school. Oh, I could tell from his letters he must be a fine man.
Guess that leaves you, Ella Mae. Who's your man?
Johnny Williams.
Johnny Williams.
He didn't meet me in Cheyenne yesterday. He said for sure he would in his last letter.
Well, we've all introduced ourselves. Now, how about you?
Name's Tom Horn.
Well, girls, you've been talking to the man who captured Geronimo almost single-handed and helped break up the hole-in-the-wall gang.
Well, right now I'm going to try my hand at driving that stage. Shall we get aboard?
Come on, girls. Aren't you going in the wrong direction?
Shortcut.
You sure about this trail?
Yep.
Seem to be sure about everything. But was anybody ever sure about you?
Keep talking.
I know a lot of things I didn't tell those girls about Tom Horn. Gunman, killer for the Cattlemen's Association.
The men I killed were rustlers.
Uh-huh. Only the association never bothered getting you a badge to make it legal.
Have it your way.
You did have a badge once in Arizona. Why'd you give it up?
You're the one with all the answers.
Could it have been because the badge made it so you couldn't take on private deals?
Did it ever occur to you that you might be sticking your nose into something that's none of your business?
Am I? Well, I don't trust you, Tom Horn, not for a minute. I want to know why we're off the trail.
Oh! Howdy!
Why are we stopping?
Because I'm tired of listening to you. And I want a little peace and quiet. Now get inside.
All right, I will. And glad for a change of company.
Ah, get up there! Hold-up men, nosy women, and now wheel off.
Well, do we walk or swim?
Well, don't just sit there. Come on, girls. You gotta get out. Let's go.
Shoes and stockings off if you don't want to be carried, and I don't.
Well, looks like we're in luck, ladies. The spindle nut came off about a half a mile back down the trail. But I found it.
Mr. Horn, do you know my Johnny?
Johnny Williams? Sure, I know him.
Why do you suppose he didn't meet the stage in Cheyenne?
He's in jail.
In jail? Well, what happened?
Well, he's been running around with a pretty tough crowd. They got to drinking, got all liquored up, and there was a brawl. Why do you want to get mixed up with someone like Johnny for?
I answered an advertisement in the St. Louis paper. In his letters, he said he was lonesome. And when you're lonesome, you're more apt to get into trouble.
How about a hand, ladies?
What do you want us to do?
I want you to take this pole and tilt the coach while I slip the wheel on like this.
Oh, you don't have to demonstrate, Mr. Horn. Quite simple. The lever principle. There's the weight, the fulcrum, and we supply the power.
I see.
Don't forget, I was a school teacher.
Well, whatever it is you call what I want, would you please do it?
All right.
I'll help you.
A little higher. There. Now, if this nut still fits the threads.
Didn't you hate giving up teaching school, Mary?
Oh, I'm not so sure I'll have to. While my doctor's healing people in Laramie, surely I'll have a lot of time.
What's wrong? Won't it fit?
Huh? Oh, everything's fine. I'll just get a wrench and tighten this up, and we'll be ready to go.
It'll be dark in an hour. These girls are worn out. Besides, they can't rest worth a darn in that coach. I got plenty of blankets.
Well, suit yourself. I don't feel like driving all night, and it's a far piece to Laramie yet.
How far, Tom? Just where are you taking us? You ready to tell me?
I declare you're the most suspicious woman I've ever met.
All right, Tom. I hope I'm wrong. I'll go get those blankets.
Mr. Horn,
Yes?
I heard what you told Ella May about her Johnny and the trouble he's in.
Well,
Well, don't you suppose with you being a good friend of Sheriff Peters and me going there to be his wife and with Ella May there that we could help straighten Johnny Williams out and give him a new start in life?
well, I guess maybe we can.
Oh, Mr. Horn, do you really think so?
Well, I said I did, didn't I?
No sign of them.
Well, why aren't they here?
I don't know.
This man of yours wouldn't let us down.
No, there's no money in it from unless he delivers.
And I warn you, they've got to be the right kind, good, clean women. A credit to our group.
And strong enough for farm work.
Have no fear, Brother Jonas. We'll break them to the yoke with a just but mighty hand.
Well spoken, Brother Ephraim.
Well, if you're sure they're coming, let's ride down and find them.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Oh, is it morning?
Yep, we're pulling out in a matter of minutes. Ryder's coming, Tom.
Stay right here, all of you.
What happened to you? You didn't show up. These fellows are fit to be tied. I told you must have had trouble. They brought the money, Tom. Cash.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's no deal. We're not doing business.
You're what?
You heard me. I'm not going through with it. So you can go on back and tell your friends.
I see. You're angling for more money.
No, I'll never understand it. You know, Sam, I never turned down the chance to make $1,000 in my life. Those kids have kind of gotten under my skin somehow. Besides, I happen to know the men they're going to marry. And they'll be good marriages. And I don't want to be the one to break it up.
You're trying to double-cross me.
That's your name for it. That's the way it is.
What's going on here?
It's no concern of yours. Just a difference of opinion, that's all.
Aren't you Tom Horn, the man he was dealing with?
That's right.
Where are the wives you promised to deliver?
Still in Cheyenne, I guess. See, I held up the wrong stage.
Wrong stage. Then who are those women?
One of them's name is Della Ellison. Dance hall girl. She works at the El Dorado in Laramie. The rest of them, they're her friends.
Dance hall girls?
Well, I told you I held up the wrong stage. Of course, if you men are willing to settle for what's handy...
Jezebels, painted creatures, what do you take us for?
He'd make us the laughingstock of our community.
Well, men, the best I can do is offer you what I have. Now, if you don't want to take them, I guess I'll have to take them back into Laramie. Huh? All right, all of you, inside the coach. We're getting out of here.
Come on, here we are.
All right, let's see about that one, Brother Jonas.
Ought to leave you right here, leading us on a wild goose chase.
Did you get the women?
We don't want any dance hall girls.
But they're not dance hall girls.
Well, according to your friend, he held up the wrong stage.
Well, now, that's a lie. Those are the wives you wanted.
This isn't finished, Brother Jonas. We'll still have our wives.
But the stage is out of sight. We'll never catch it with those horses.
There's no need to. They have to go through the pass. We can get there first if we hurry.
Hey, wait!
Tom, why didn't you go through with the deal?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't 50 feet away while you were talking to Sam Dre. I heard everything you said.
So? Give me a medal.
You know, Tom, you're like a coin. Two sides. One bad, one good. You flip it in the air and you never know which side's gonna come up.
One boulder will never block the pass, Brother Ephraim.
By the time it reaches the bottom, it'll be multiplied 100-fold. All right, brothers, give me your combined strength.
Tom, look!
What's wrong? What's going on?
Landslide. Road's blocked.
Tom, wait, look up there.
Now we know how the slide started.
What are you gonna do?
If they want to fight, they can have it. You better get inside. Be safer there.
Does there have to be more killing? There must be some other way to do this.
I said get in.
What'd you do that for?
We'll handle this. Quick, give me a hand with my trunk. Come on, girl. Pick it up. Got it down there?
do you suppose happened to him?
I hit him in the head, so he wouldn't give you boys no trouble. I'm Della of the Eldorado.
Oh.
Come on out, girls. This here is Maxie, boys. She's got a husband in Chicago, but he got himself into a little trouble with the police.
Well, I expect a dance from each one of you at the Eldorado tonight.
Well, here comes Bella. Baby-faced Bella, we call her, but boys, Bella is no baby. Ha ha!
Oh, hello.
Fellers, here comes Diamond Bess. Nicest girl in the world, so long as she has her way. I want that one. Here comes Lou, but I better warn you, boys, she's got a gunslinger in Cheyenne she can't get rid of.
Oh, these boys will protect me. Won't you, boys?
No.
Well, fellas, let's go. They're waiting for us at the Eldorado. Ha ha!
Horn was right. They are dance hall girls.
What's the matter, fellers? Well, girls, I didn't know we looked that bad, but I'm kind of glad we did. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
What happened?
You sat this one out. There go your friends.
Oh. Well, look, don't try to explain anything, huh? Not yet. Just let it come gradual.
Why are we stopping? Laramie's just around the bend.
That's right. And it's the end of the line for me. You can take over from here.
You're not coming in with us?
No, I'm afraid Laramie's too unhealthy for me.
Oh. I suppose this means goodbye.
I never say goodbye, lady. Because you never know when I might crop up again. Get going.
Ha! Come on, girls. Drink a toast for me at your wedding.
and The Old Ranger, with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. When the Stars and Stripes replaced the Mexican flag in the Great Southwest, many of the old land grants were discovered to be faulty. As a result, fiery passions, hard ambition, greed, and hate swept the territory and turned one peaceful rancho into a perilous refuge.
I told you to stay off of this rancho, Senor Brewster.
Carlos, no, please.
Go in the house, Dolores.
Put away the gun. It will bring trouble, Carlos.
Mama, take Dolores in the house.
Son, this is no place for a woman who will soon become a mother.
I care for no trouble, Mama.
If there is trouble, Carlos can handle it.
Now, Senor, why do you come back?
Same reason as before, Ortega. You've got 4,000 acres of land that belongs to me, and I want it.
That land is part of this rancho.
It's outside the rancho. Showed you the boundary on the map.
On your map, Senor. Not on the map the King of Spain gave to my great-grandfather.
I guess if I were in your shoes, I'd feel the same way about it. But the fact remains you're fighting a losing battle. The man who surveyed this boundary knew his business, and I bought a clear title off him. But time means money to me, so I'll give you $5,000 to end the argument right here and now. Now, that's $1.25 an acre for land I don't have to buy. That's a pretty fair offer.
Which I do not accept.
All right, then. I guess you'd better read this.
You have nothing I care to read.
All right, then I'll tell you what it is. It's an order from the sheriff for you to get your vaqueros off that piece of property so I can take possession.
Leave this rancho.
Just as soon as you accept this.
I will accept nothing.
In that case, the sheriff says all I have to do is tack this up on your property.
Get off this rancho, senor.
Let go of that rein.
I said get off this rancho!
I said let go of that rein!
Carlos! Oh, I was afraid this would happen. Querido.
Take him inside.
Arturo.
Kiko, ride and tell Don Ramon what has happened, quickly.
Si, senora. I run.
Gently, gently.
Bring water. Clean cloth.
Carlos. Carlos.
Do not cry, querida. Madre.
I am here, my son.
The Americano. Brewster.
He rode away.
Ramon must find him, Mama. Must find him and kill him. He must not escape, Mama.
He will not escape, Carlos. I promise you.
Don't.
Too much weeping is not good. Now more than ever, you must think of your son.
Arturo,
Sí, señora.
ride to the mission and tell Padre Tomas.
Sí, señora.
Arturo, tell him to hurry. He is greatly needed.
Go, my son. Go to your brother.
In the name of my brother and of his unborn child, I swear I will not sleep nor rest until I have avenged this murder.
My son, let there be no talk of vengeance.
No vengeance! You would leave this punishment to the justice of the Americanos?
To the justice of the Almighty God, who in his divine wisdom will inflict proper punishment.
Enough. Ramon, you will take the vaqueros and find this murderer.
My daughter!
I would see his dead body. Bring it to me.
Wait! Wait! I warn you that this useless killing you desire can bring death not only to your son who lives, but even to your flesh and blood not yet born.
When I was a girl, you took me on your knee and taught me the meaning of an eye for an eye. Would you now deny me a life for a life?
You misunderstood, my child. The penalty can be exacted only if God wills it.
I will it now. Let God prevent it if he wishes. Go.
Dios mío.
You're Ortega's wife. Ortega?
He's dead.
I'm sorry. You did this?
Yes, I did. But when I found you, I wanted to kill you with your own gun.
Why didn't you?
Well, if one death demands another in payment, there could be no end until all were destroyed. I could not bring my child into such a world. I hid your saddle and put your horse in the field with the others.
If you give me a hand, I'll get out of here.
No, you're not able to walk yet.
What happens if I'm found here?
I shall pray that you are not.
Dolores. You're up late.
I could not sleep. Carlos.
Me. It was the thought of the Americano escaping. But you must try and rest. You and your son.
The Americano is not in the pueblo, senor.
Are you certain?
All night we have watched the cantinas and the gambling halls and the hotel where he stays.
Then he must be hiding on the rancho of an Americano friend.
See?
Kiko, you stay in the pueblo and watch. You two go to the ranchos of the Americanos and see what you can find out. But be careful.
If you find Brewster, report to me at once at the hacienda.
Senor, the sheriff.
Well, Senor Ortega, looks like you saved me a trip to your house.
You wish to see me?
I'm looking for Brewster. No one's seen him since he rode out to your ranch yesterday. Would you know what happened to him?
He killed my brother.
Killed him? I'm sorry to hear that. But what about Brewster?
He escaped.
So now you're out looking for him, eh? To take the law into your own hands. You know, of course, you'd be starting a war you couldn't win.
We don't want war. We want justice.
And you'll get it in a fair trial.
Fair trial? With a jury of Americanos?
Well, now, I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm warning you. You killed Brewster, and neither me or anyone else can keep the Americans around here from wiping out the lot of you.
Did you hear? If Brewster were hiding with Americanos, the sheriff would know.
Then where is he, senor?
Somewhere between here and the hacienda. Come.
Dolores? Where'd you go?
The hacienda was very warm. I would like to take a walk.
Go with God, my daughter. You and the son of my son.
Morning.
You were better this morning.
Thanks to you.
I have brought you some hot soup.
You're taking a lot of chances for me.
Not only for you, senor. Here.
I want to tell you again how sorry I am that all this happened.
What's done is done, senor. Eat now so that you may gain your strength quickly and leave.
Kiko, if you need fresh horses, get them.
Está bien.
Where is the body of the murderer?
We have not found him yet, Mama.
Not found him?
No, but I
What
thought...
have you been doing for a day and a night?
If you would but permit me to talk.
See, talk. This you can do well.
Since we left the hacienda, we have watched the pueblo with no food and no sleep, but he did not return. Even the sheriff wonders where he is.
Perhaps he is so badly wounded he could not get there.
Wounded? You did not tell me.
To my sorrow, I must have forgotten.
Then it can only be as I suspected. He must be somewhere between here and the pueblo. We'll search at once. Bring my horse!
I will get you food that you can eat while you ride.
Good. And have every man and woman that's able to walk search the brush around the hacienda. Ah, Dolores, it will not be long before Carlos is avenged.
Ramon, for the love I bore your brother, please listen to me and give up this thought of killing.
You say this with a grave awaiting your husband?
Better one grave than many.
You will feel differently when you hear your child cry for its father. Go. Come. We too must eat.
I'm not hungry.
As you wish.
so anxious to die that you would show yourself.
You heard them. I've got to get away before they find me.
So you'll go to where they'll look?
At least give me back my gun.
No, there will be no more killing. Neither by you nor by my people. Come now. Now you sit here until I return.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to get a wagon and take you to safety before Ramon returns.
You will stay where you are. Arturo? Arturo! So you have given shelter to the man who killed your husband.
Only for the sake of those who are very dear to me.
I will pray that your child has none of your weakness.
You call, Senora?
Take a horse, go fetch Don Ramon. Tell him I have found the Americano.
Si, Senora.
Hurry! My son is not far. You will not have to wait long.
Put down the gun, Mama.
Are you out of your senses?
I'm taking Senor Brewster to a place of safety. Now give me the gun.
Senor Brewster stays until Ramon arrives.
Give me the gun, Mama.
Do not force me to shoot.
For Ramon! For Ramon! Si, Senora, your mother. She holds the Americano. Where? In the adobe by the corral. She say come quick.
What happens if we ride into your brother's men?
We go the other way, to the mission. Padre Tomas will give you sanctuary there until he can send for the sheriff.
How far is it?
Only 2 miles.
What is it?
My baby.
How long?
Soon, I think.
How far are we from the mission?
We're not halfway there yet.
Come on!
I don't know why you've come back, but this time you won't.
The baby!
Baby! Maria! Rosita, quick! Get her to her bed. Hot water, cloth. You prepare the crib for the baby.
This time you will not escape. Take him to the corral. Sí, señor.
You wanted our land? Por Dios, you shall have it.
you will feel it take the life from you. The other end of the riata will be tied to my horse. If you can run fast enough, you will save your life. But I don't think you will.
Why don't you just shoot me?
No, amigo. It is better that you are dragged through the cactus and the chaparral over the land you tried to steal until your body is slashed to ribbons.
Stop!
You must not kill this man.
Not kill him? When you yourself swore that you would take a life for a life?
The senor has given us another life for the one that has gone. He could have escaped to the safety of the mission, but he chose rather to come back with Dolores when he knew that her time had come.
The baby has come?
See, it is a boy.
You brought her back, senor?
There is one thing more. Because of the hate I bore this man, I would not tell you the truth.
The truth?
For the love I bear my grandson, I must confess that from the window, I saw Carlos shoot this man without warning.
Carlos? Shot first? Untie him.
Si, senor.
Senor Brewster, we have done you a great wrong.
I guess I was wrong, too. Now waiting for the government to rule on your brother's petition.
You will wait, then?
Mind if one of your men drives me to town?
It is our pleasure, senor. Kiko.
Si, senor. Arriba.
John Brewster devoted the rest of his life to befriending and helping those who had settled the Southwest long before the United States was even a dream in the minds of freedom-loving people. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. With the outbreak of the war between the states, the federal government began recalling its troops from Arizona, and the Apaches soon ruled that territory uncontested. Now, ranchers, miners, and prospectors were either killed or had to get out. That is all except one rancher named Pete Kitchen. Our story is about this rancher's heroic stand against the Apache horde, his last stand, which took place, strangely enough, on Pete Kitchen's wedding night. Pete had arrived in Arizona from his native Kentucky back in '54 homesteaded 1,000 acres of rich bottom land, and set in raising crops and his pride and joy, pigs. Within a few years, his pigs had grown famous. Stores in Tucson, 58 miles to the north, advertised Pete Kitchen hams, and his tasty bacon was equally famous. The Apaches had raided him time and time again, but there on his ranch, he'd stayed unconquered and unconquerable, up till this, the day of his wedding.
You should have been here by now, Deacon.
Well, patience, Pete, my boy. It's a long, hot ride from Tubac.
Saw a raiding party earlier this morning, heading toward Tubac.
The good Lord will take care of his own, especially such a beautiful little young angel as she is.
Just her and her brothers. What chance would they have against the Apache?
Mr. Kitchen! Mr. Kitchen! Cloud of dust to the north. Can't tell yet whether they're wearing hats or not. I said there's at least 50 of them.
Spread the alarm.
North wall, boys! Let's give them a welcome! They're behind the rise over there. I can't see nothing but the dust. But they're still coming.
Same as always, boys. Shoot any son of a bronco that ain't wearing a hat.
They're coming into the open now. Hold it! They ain't Apaches, them soldiers. A whole company of them. Supply wagon. Civilians, too. Main bunch is going right on by. But there's somebody cutting out this way. It looks like just one of them. No, it's two.
It's Donna Rosa!
Hallelujah!
The boss sure cuts a fancy picture in his wedding outfit, don't he?
Yeah. People dress the same way for a burying.
Welcome.
You poor dear, you must be plumb wore out. Come, we'll all help you get ready. Come on. Did you bring something old and something new? Some of you men folks, bring in our things.
Captain, you sure gave us quite a start. We weren't expecting a cavalry escort, but I do thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure, Mr. Kitchen. We were scheduled to pass by here today, so we thought it best that the young lady come with us. Before I get back to my company, I'd like to have a word with you, if I may.
Oh, certainly. Come on in the house. Sit down, Captain.
I'll get right to the point, Mr. Kitchen. My men out there on the trail represent the last of the federal forces leaving Arizona. Now, there are some civilians accompanying us. Miners, prospectors, ranchers like yourself.
Captain, for 2 years, the Apaches have come at me with everything they got. They ruined my crops, turned my prize pigs into perambulating pincushions with their cussed arrows, tried to set fire to this house. There's a graveyard out there that's full, and all of them ain't Apaches. But, Captain, I ain't no closer to running today than I was 2 years ago.
Yes,
now, sure, I pay my men double wages, but most of them would stay on anyhow. As for the deacon, well, he don't want to go outside, not since the Apaches caught him circuit riding and chased him through my gate some 6 months back.
Mr. Kitchen, I hadn't expected you or your men to accompany our withdrawal. I was mainly thinking of your fiancée. I understand she has relatives well east of here?
Yeah.
Well, I think you should at least compel her to join us.
Rosa. Rosa! Rosa! Rosa, the captain here has a question.
About joining your withdrawal, Captain.
Yes, ma'am?
You already know my answer, don't you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm afraid I do.
Now, Rosa.
Captain, I do wish you could stay for the ceremony.
That would be a real pleasure, ma'am. But I must rejoin my troops. Mr. Kitchen, you are indeed fortunate. Aside from being a lovely lady, your fiancé possesses, in no small amount, that same indomitable courage and all due respects to you, ma'am, cussed stubbornness with which you, sir, are so abundantly endowed. I wish you both a happy marriage.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to witness the joining of this man and this woman in the bonds of holy matrimony. Now the good Lord hath said that it is not good for man to live alone. Therefore, he said, I shall create him a helpmate. And for this cause, man has left his father and his mother and has cleaved with his wife.
Mr. Kitchen! Mr. Kitchen!
Doggone it. You're doing a good job, Deacon. Excuse me. Apaches?
Not yet, but you better come with us right now.
There's nobody yonder.
It's a cavalry outfit.
You can't see him from the tower.
They've been going at it hot and heavy. Tapering off some now.
All right, boys, let's go give him some help.
Hold on. Listen.
Shooting stop.
Yeah. Probably just a stray pack. Those soldier boys made short work of him.
Maybe. Deacon, you take care of her. I'll be back as quick as I can.
All right, Pete.
Maybe the soldier boys took care of him, and maybe they just scared him off. But if the cavalry didn't finish him, they'll be back to take a crack at us. Slim, you and Shorty right out there and have a look. We better get extra sentinels posted, check our weapons, and let's get the pigs under cover. Plenty more ammunition in the house. You better get some. Well, I guess we've done everything we can. You two will both be up in the tower. The moon will soon be bright enough to see real good.
Excuse me.
Any word yet?
Nope. She had the ladies brew up a nice hot cup of coffee for the boys. Yes, sir. At a time like this, there ain't nothing better for a man than a good hot cup of coffee. Along with some good hot praying, of course.
Well, I can't spare Jake and his fiddle. He's guarding the north wall. But Apaches or no Apaches, we're getting married this night.
Deacon?
You ready? Well, then, if you two will just step right over here, we'll get along with it. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to witness the joining of this man and this woman in holy wedlock. If anyone, therefore, can show just cause why they may not be lawfully joined together, let him now speak, or else forever hold his peace. Pete Kitchen, wilt thou have this woman...
Mr. Kitchen! Mr. Kitchen!
Oh, doggone it.
I hate to bust in on you like this, Mr. Kitchen, but we brought back somebody that we think you ought to talk to right now.
He's the only one left.
And that ain't all. You tell Mr. Kitchen what you told us.
What is it, son?
They killed them all. Every man, woman, baby. Then they set fire to our wagons. All except one.
It was a powder wagon, Mr. Kitchen. The Apaches took the powder wagon with them. Ain't much question what them red heathens gonna do with all that powder.
That'll give them Apaches their best chance yet of blowing you to kingdom come, Mr. Kitchen.
They're camped a couple of miles from here. They likely ain't gonna wait much past sunup.
Saddle me a horse.
No, Pete.
Give us time to saddle a couple of fresh ones, too.
No, I don't expect you boys to ride with me. And enough money in the world to pay for that kind of work.
All the money in the world ain't gonna do nobody no good. Not if them Apaches have that powder wagon tomorrow morning.
I'm riding with you too, Mr. Kitchen.
All right, boy. On your way.
Pete, there must be some other way. Oh, you mustn't go out there.
Rosa, there's no other way. You heard what the men said. I've got to get that powder wagon. Don't you worry none. I'll be back quick as a hog's grunt.
Pete! Quicker than a hog's grunt.
We better go the rest of the way by foot.
It's old Red Sleeves himself. Come for the kill.
Pete Kitchen! Goodbye!
He speaks English.
Better than you or me. He spent a lot of time with white people. Mostly bad ones.
He hates all white people now like crazy.
There's our passport to doomsday.
At least 3 guards.
Like flies around a hog trough.
We ain't gonna be able to get close enough there to do nothing.
Not unless they get awful careless. Or maybe liquored up.
What good's that gonna do? Ain't gonna make no difference if they get liquored up. We still ain't gonna get close enough to that rig to do nothing about it. Pied or not.
Well, what are we gonna do, Mr. Kitchen?
I'm gonna just sit tight for a spell and wait.
legs hurt so much I can't hardly move.
If we stay like this much longer, we ain't gonna be able to get ourselves out of here. Forget about that wagon.
No use arguing about that. Come on. Sure hope it works. I know Apache, son. It'll work. It's got to.
Be daylight soon.
We still have some time. My prize 4 sucklings. All right, you boys know what to do?
Yes, sir. We all set.
All right. Get going.
Boy?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's get on with it. Put that around your hand, son. Here we go. Slow and easy. Well, we sure took care of the powder wagon.
Well, hallelujah.
Yes, but they're going to be hot on our trail in a few minutes, so let's get on with the marriage ceremony.
What, right here, right now?
Oh, Deacon, please.
Well, I haven't got my good book with me, but, well, no matter.
Well, we haven't much time.
Dearly beloved.
From where we left off, please.
Oh, Pete Kitchen. Will you take this woman here for your lawful wedded wife? Will you promise to love, obey, cherish, and comfort her for as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Donna Rosa, will you accept this man as your lawful wedded husband? Will you promise to love him?
There they come!
And all of the other questions that I just asked him just a few minutes ago, as long as you both shall live.
I will.
Join your right hands together, please. Inasmuch as you've decided and determined to become wedded in holy wedlock, then I now pronounce you man and wife.
That's a flag of truce.
Hey, they're carrying a white flag of truce!
I don't trust him.
Idiots, it's a white flag. He's carrying a white flag, the one in front.
You keep them covered with your rifles, boys. I'll go try to find him something to answer with. You, stay with the deacon.
Oh, I am.
Pete Kitchen! You come out! Alone! Pete Kitchen!
Keep those rifles on him.
Wait! No guns! We have come to make terms.
What kind of terms?
From now on, we will not come more than half-mile from your ranch. You, Pete Kitchen, will stay away from Apache stronghold. Forever. Agreed?
Agreed.
From that day on, the Apaches ignored Pete Kitchen. At times, raiding parties would pass within sight of his house, but never closer than half a mile. Pete had more than proven himself as an enemy worthy of their steel, and his victory, one unparalleled in the entire history of Apache warfare, was final.
Hallelujah. You done it, Lord. Thank you.
This is a .50 caliber Sharps carbine, for which I have the greatest respect. So did the Apaches. This is the actual gun that Pete Kitchen carried in the Apache warfare, taken from his saddle by his brother-in-law, Manuel Ronquillo. It was loaned to us by Colonel Gil Proctor, the present owner of the Pete Kitchen Ranch, the old ranch house that now houses the Pete Kitchen Museum. Oh, yes. The original stronghold is still standing, just off the U.S. Highway 89 between Tucson and Nogales, a landmark to the memory of a doughty pioneer who refused to be driven out. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. There's no business like show business, and nowhere in its history will you find a chapter as wild and woolly, as rough and tumble as that of the circus in the days of the 49ers. I call this story Pioneer Circus.
Hello, Ma.
Something wrong, Ma?
You'll hear same time as the others.
Thanks, Laura.
Anytime.
Ma's calling. Paytime.
Hey, Dan, how about you and me going into town tonight after we get paid?
Well,
Oh, come on. It'll do you good to relax once in a while.
Well, maybe you would at that.
Dress rehearsal's off. In fact, there's no show. The sheriff won't let us open tonight.
That Jordan outfit again?
Yep. Opened up on the other side of town yesterday.
Well, didn't you explain to him that Duke Jordan always keeps leapfrogging us?
Yeah, I explained, but didn't do no good. Town council won't let two shows work Minersville at the same time.
When we passed up our pay last week, you swore we'd get paid this week.
I can pay you. Pay in full. I've begged, borrowed, mortgaged every red cent I could. Just finished toting it up. I got all of $1,000.
Hooray for Ma!
But I'm not going to be able to pay you. Not if I carry out my plans to save this circus. And the only way that can be done, I figure, is to bring in a top attraction. Here, what do you think of this?
World's most famous equestrienne, Mademoiselle Juliette Bonnet, and her celebrated trick horse Comtesse.
How many equestrians does this outfit need? I suppose I don't even rate star billing anymore.
Don't say anything now, please. This ought to pack 'em in, Ma.
Yep, she's a real headliner, and she'll put us in the big time. But here's the rub. According to my agreement with her, she's to get $1,000 as a legal binder the minute she lands in Sacramento.
But when will that be?
This afternoon. I just got word she's aboard the riverboat from San Francisco. But the decision ain't mine. It's up to you folks.
Without her, the Cary Circus is finished. And then where will we get our pay? I say even forget Ma and what we owe the Colonel's memory. We gotta stick. How about it, everybody? But I say Ma deserves a break.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Guess that settles it, Ma.
Dan, I gotta talk to you. Get some clothes on. You're leaving for Sacramento to meet that boat.
Why me?
Well, who else in this outfit could I trust with $1,000 and a pretty French girl?
So, you're going to Sacramento.
That's right, Laura.
I might come along if you ask me real pretty.
Well, it's an awful long trip, Laura.
Mm-hmm. Give us lots of time to talk. Oh, here, let me.
It's mighty nice of you not to squawk about bringing in that French headliner.
Guess why I did it? Why I didn't put the skids on the whole deal by demanding my pay?
Well, 'cause you're a real trooper. And 'cause you remember how good the Colonel was to you when you got hurt.
I don't know this flea bag circus a thing. And don't think little Laura couldn't land a top spot anywhere. Try again, Danny boy. Reason is spelled Y-O-U. Danny.
Huh?
Look, it wouldn't take me long to get dressed. And we could get married in Sacramento.
Just wouldn't work out, Laura. You got the wrong man.
Meaning I'm the wrong girl. I suppose maybe you got ideas about something with that little French pastry.
I'd be making plans about a girl I've never even met.
It's never too soon to start making plans.
a lovely surprise. And the answer, Laura, is yes.
I didn't hear any question.
Oh, I thought you might be wanting to hang your tights in a Jordan tent. That Carey outfit can't last much longer.
Mark Harry might fool you yet.
How?
Dan Rowland is on his way to Sacramento to pick up a new act that's due in on this afternoon's boat. Mademoiselle Juliette something or other.
Mademoiselle Juliette Bonnet?
Yes, that's the name.
That's ridiculous. A headliner like Mademoiselle Bonnet would never join an outfit like Mark Harry's.
Oh, wouldn't she? Dan has $1,000 with him, and as soon as he hands it to this French dame, she's going to sign right on the dotted line.
We never could meet competition like that. Matt, Lenny, on the double. I not only feel grateful, I feel generous. How much?
I'm not in this for money.
That makes payment a pleasure. Still Dan Rowland, eh? That's why you want that French girl to join the Carey Circus.
You catch on quick.
Come in, gentlemen. I got a job for you. No tricks.
This is impossible. Never has such a thing happened before. They know I am coming and they keep me waiting for more than 1 hour. Now why they not meet me?
Don't ask me, ma'am. All I know is I got to get back on the boat.
Oh, no, you cannot leave me here alone. I am Mademoiselle Juliette Bonnet, who has
Perform
performed.
before the crowned heads of Europe, but I got to perform on the boat, and if I don't get back
Oh,
right away,
no, I forbid it. First you must find out for me why they do not come.
I'll be worried.
Oh, Comtesse. Why did we come to this terrible America?
Mademoiselle Bonnet.
So, all this time you keep me waiting like a nothing. And now this is all you have to say? You think I forgive so easily?
I wouldn't forgive at all if I were you, mademoiselle. In fact, I wouldn't wait around for them a moment longer.
For them? Monsieur, you are not.
You think I'm with the Carey Circus? Oh, please, mademoiselle.
But if you are not with the Carey Circus, how you know I am here?
Word gets around. Though I found it hard to believe when I heard you were slated to join the Carey outfit.
Well, maybe you can tell me why they do not come to meet me.
That's the way they do business. Completely unreliable. As an American, I was deeply ashamed that a fellow countryman of mine would keep Europe's foremost equestrian waiting on a dock.
You know that I am the important equestrienne?
Everyone in the profession knows of your work, Mademoiselle Bonnet. Permit me.
Jordan Circus Enterprises, Duke Jordan propriétaire. Greatest show in the Gold Fields.
I had no idea that the great Mademoiselle Juliet would be interested in an American engagement, or I would have made you an offer myself. And mine, need I say, would have been legitimate.
But what means this legitimate?
Bona fide. That Kerry Circus could offer you the moon, and all you'd get would be moldy cheese. Why, they're on their last legs.
Last legs?
Broke, busted, bankrupt.
Bankrupt?
Why, trust Mademoiselle, they don't already have you tied to a contract.
Oh, but first they must pay me $1,000.
I'll pay you double that, plus whatever salary they offered you, and a percentage of the take.
Oh, monsieur!
Come, I'll have your luggage picked up.
But before I sign with you, I must tell them.
Why? Did they tell you they were going to leave you stranded here on the dock?
No, but they do send me the passage money, and I think I wait a little while longer.
But you've waited so long already. You must be hungry.
Oh, oui, I am famished, and so is my countess.
Well, then, suppose we all go and put on the feed bag. Then later we can make inquiries, if you still insist.
What's going on here?
This is obviously the welcoming committee that Ma Carey sent.
So, finally you come. Why you keep me waiting?
I'm sorry, but I almost didn't make it at all. I was held up and robbed.
Robbed? You do not have my $1,000?
No, ma'am.
Sounds like an alibi to me.
You know better than that, Jordan. It was two of your men who robbed me.
Cover, Roland. Men have been shot for such talk.
All right, then. So how do you happen to be here?
Had to pick up some cargo from the riverboat. Heard about Mademoiselle and the shocking fact that no one had come to meet her.
Yeah, well, someone's here now. So vamoose.
He actually seems to think that you'll go with him.
First $1,000.
Look, I told you.
Oh, no money, no contract. No contract. I do not go with you.
Oh, yes, you're going with me, even if I have to drag you.
Oh, nobody talks to me like this.
Ma Carey sent me to bring you, and bring you I will. As soon as you talk to her, you can do as you please.
She'll do as she pleases right now. And she pleases to come with me to my bank.
Jordan, I'm warning you.
Coming, Mademoiselle.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, stop! Maybe Monsieur Jordan cannot swim.
Then all rats can swim.
I called the gendarme. They arrest you for a thief, for a murderer. Oh, you leave alone my horse. I scream. You forget who I am, that I appear before all the crown heads of Europe. Oh, no, you put my things back. I will not go with you. Oh, no, Salor. I will not go with you. You heard me. Oh, no! No, I will not. No. Oh, Salor. Oh, you are a horrible man. Je n'oublierai jamais ce que vous venez de faire. Jamais. Vous entendez? Jamais.
Mighty pretty country around here, don't you think? Aren't you going to say anything? 4 hours and you haven't spoken one word.
I do not talk to kidnappers. In France, you would go to the guillotine.
Look, I had to bring you back to Ma.
So you grab me and throw me into this wagon? Look what you do to my poor countess. She's scooped up in a boat all the way from France, and then suddenly she has to run for many hours along very rough roads. She go lame. Maybe.
I'm sorry. I didn't think of that. Guess we ought to take it in easy stages, I guess. Whoa!
What you do?
Good place to make camp.
Camp?
Yeah, Ma put up some grub for us in case we got hungry. A couple of horse blankets and back.
But is there not maybe an inn?
Not between here and Minerville.
I can get down by myself.
Just wanted to help.
You help too much already.
This help?
Oh, but now you will be cold.
Well, that's the first friendly thing you said to me.
I do not dislike you, monsieur, but it is most difficult to believe that story you tell me about that nice Mr. Jordan sending men to rob you.
Well, that's because you don't know Jordan and that strong show he runs.
Strong show?
One that's run by grifters, crooked card games. Things like that.
Oh, and yours is a weak show.
Ma Carey runs it respectable. A real credit to show folks. Like you, Julie.
You work for this Ma Carey a long time?
Ma and the Colonel, he was her husband. He's dead now. They took me when I lost my folks. 9 years old I was.
I also was, how you say, orphan. I know what it is to be hungry and alone.
You know how it is when somebody gives you a home, makes you feel wanted. That's why I had to get you back to Ma. Without you, the Carey circus is finished. Comprenez-vous?
I think I begin to comprenez-vous a little.
Come on! You had me worried, boy. What in tarnation kept you overnight?
That's a long story, Ma. I'll meet your new star.
Oh, Madame! I am most happy to meet you after what Dan tells me.
The long story, boy. Make it short.
I was robbed on the way to Sacramento.
Robbed?
Oh, but Dan says you pay me soon, so I stick with you, yes?
That's mighty nice of you, mademoiselle. I certainly appreciate it. You'll all get a chance to meet the mademoiselle later. Come inside and we'll talk.
There you are. If it gets me what I want, it's well worth it.
This ought to get us what we both want. Thank you, Duke.
Oh, look at her handle the door.
Sacramento in 2 days.
And you'll knock him dead, Julie.
Knock him dead. This is good.
Nothing better. You better hurry along now and change. Be dark soon. I don't want you catching cold. I'll take care of your horse.
Yes? Oh, I didn't recognize you without the costume. You are the other equestrienne.
The other one is right. Well, I see that star billing isn't all you took over from me.
I do not understand.
You sure don't. Then Dan had me buffaloed, too.
What means this buffaloed?
Well, he two-timed me, just like he's two-timing you. Oh, and if you don't know what that means, well, he's playing you for a sap, a sucker, a prize boob.
Oh, please, you go now. I will not listen to these lies.
Poor kid. You really fell for him hard, didn't you? Well, at least he didn't cheat me out of $1,000.
Cheat me? They hold him up.
Oh, yeah? Well, I saw him with some money. Big wad of money. And I happen to know that before he left for Sacramento, he didn't have a thin dime of his own.
No. No, I will not believe it.
Then go to his tent and ask him. Or are you afraid to? You're glad the big double-crosser isn't here, aren't you? You just can't bear to find out the truth.
The truth is he did not do what you say.
No? What do you want to bet? He was sitting right there in his bed counting it when I saw him. Well, go on, look around. I dare you.
No, it is not right for me.
Was it right for him to drag you here, to make love to you, to get you to stay? I heard him bragging that it worked out real well.
morning, boy, I want you to take a crew into Sacramento and plaster that place so full of handbills.
You big two corsair, I tear you to pieces, I stretch your eyes out.
What in tarnation?
What's happened? What's the matter with you, Julie?
It happened. I find this in your bed. You lie about the holdup. You lie about the $1,000. You lie about us, too. Now nothing can make me stay. Nothing. I am going to Duke Jordan's
You're
show.
not going anywhere.
Made up the whole story about being robbed.
Yeah, he stole all our money.
I never would have believed it, Dan.
You yapheads. That boy wouldn't steal a drop of water if he was dying of thirst.
Don't you understand? They're holding her against her will. This is your chance. You can get her if you go there now.
Well, all right. I'll go round up some men. You better wait here.
Oh, not on your life. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Can't you see, Julie? Laura must have planted it in my bunk. It's all part of Jordan's scheme to make you leave Ma.
I hate you. I hate you.
All right, hate me if it makes you feel any better, but you've got nothing against Ma.
Dan! Jordan and some of his men are coming up the road.
What do you want, Jordan?
You know what I want. Mademoiselle Bonnet.
She's staying here.
I happen to know if she wants to leave you. Get her things, boys.
Go ahead, get your stuff. You're not pushing me. Ever since I come to America, people are picking me up, carrying me where I am not wanting to go, pushing me around.
Well, you're gonna get pushed around a lot more. You ain't stealing my job and my sweetheart. Now pack up your stuff and get out of here.
You keep your hands off me.
You're free to go now, Julie.
That's right, girl. We've played our last show.
Well, just because you have no tents? Well, in Europe we play theaters and opera houses also.
That takes money.
Well, here is money. I saved it from fire, the $1,000.
That would rent the opera house in Sacramento.
Sure would.
Well, then it is settled. We open in Sacramento, and the show, it will go on and on, n'est-ce pas?
Yes, Pa.
And the show did go on and on to become part of the glamorous legend of show business and of the Old West. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. It's hard to believe an American citizen ever needed a passport to enter or leave California. But back in 1828, when California was a province of Mexico, those who dared to cross its borders soon found out the price of a passport.
It's no use, son. You'll have to go on without me.
I won't leave you, Father. All right, the rest of you go on. We'll manage.
We've been together for over 2,000 miles. We're not going to separate now just because we're out of food.
Please go on. No reason why we all should perish here in the wilderness.
The wilderness is behind us now, Father. This road must lead to some settlement. Soldiers in uniform. Mexicans.
We must be in California.
Oh, some good food and a little rest, and you'll be your old self in no time.
Howdy.
Who are you? Where do you come from?
We're Americans. A party of trappers from Missouri.
Americanos, Capitan.
We don't have any food or ammunition. Is there a settlement near here?
San Diego is just over that next ridge. We will take you there.
Did you hear that, Father?
As our prisoners.
Prisoners?
I am sorry, senor, but I am under orders to arrest all foreigners.
Whose orders?
His Excellency General Jose Maria Echandia, Governor of California. We will go.
Your Excellency, but it wouldn't be right for me to accept such a lavish gift.
It's a mere token of my esteem and affection for you, Senorita Pico. Were not that the night air affects my throat, I would be under your window each night with a guitar.
Oh, I shouldn't want to be the cause of your catching a cold, Your Excellency.
Open the gate!
My brother and his men seem to have some prisoners with them.
A splendid officer, your brother. And there's no reason why his promotion should cease at a mere captaincy. What have we here, Captain Pico?
We found these men just over the ridge, Your Excellency.
Americanos.
Spies. Well, no, sir. Just a party of trappers. I do not believe you. My name's James Patty. And this is my father. He's the leader of our party.
We have a permit allowing us to trap from the governor of Santa Fe.
A forgery. Well, no, sir. That's the governor's signature.
I swear it. You signed it in my presence.
In any case, it's worthless here in California. Put them in prison, Sergeant. But you have no right to lock them up. But we've done nothing wrong. Put each one of them in solitary confinement until they admit they're spies. Please, Your Excellency, let me and my father stay together. He's sick and he needs me. Sick? Take him away from me. Take him away from me! So, you would infect us as well as betray us. Away with him!
You don't have to drag me. I can walk.
I don't want your stinking victuals. You can feed them to the pigs.
Signor Patti.
My sister, Carlotta, asked to come with me.
It was you I saw the day they brought us here. With the governor.
Yes.
Well, maybe you can persuade him to let me see my father.
Your father is dead, senor. Quietly, in his sleep, early this morning.
That is why I asked to accompany my brother here. I wanted to let you know how very sorry I am. My brother has made arrangements for you to attend your father's burial. I know it may not seem like much, but
I understand. Thank you. How about my father's belongings? The kit he was carrying when you arrested us.
I have it in my possession. I'll have it brought to you.
Thank you. It contains medicines for our party for the trip home. Captain, when are we going to get out of here?
I can't say.
Well, it's been over a week now, and there's been no mention of a trial.
I will be honest with you, senor. The governor has no intention of giving you and your friends a trial.
Does he expect us to rot in prison? We're American citizens. We have our rights.
if you could only convince him you're not spies.
Do we look like spies? Why should we be spying? And spying for whom?
His Excellency is suspicious of everyone.
Well, there must be some way to go over his head.
If El Presidente only knew what was going on. But it is impossible to get word to the capital. You see, we are all virtually prisoners here.
Well, there must be some way I can free my men. It's up to me now that my father's gone.
If you had money, you could buy your freedom.
His Excellency always has need of money.
I've got it.
Money?
No, but the next best thing to it. Take me to the governor. I have a proposition that I think will interest him. Your Excellency, would a fortune in furs convince you that we're honest trappers and not spies?
You think I'm fool enough to hand you back your guns and then let you go hunting? Oh, no.
But we already have the furs. Safely cached.
Where?
By the Colorado River.
100 miles away.
Well, we couldn't take them with us when we struck out across the desert, so we buried them. Beavers worth their weight in gold. Your Excellency, if you'll let us go and get them, we'll bring them back to San Diego. And then we'll give you as many as you want. All of them. In exchange for our passports.
This is just a trick to escape.
You can send an armed guard with us.
It would only take a few weeks, Your Excellency.
Give them permission.
And why are you so interested, señorita?
Every woman dreams of beautiful furs, Your Excellency.
Very well. Captain Pico, you will be in command. Take Sergeant Alvarez and a detail of 2 soldiers. That should be enough to guard 1 man.
1 man?
The rest of your party will remain here as hostages.
Your Excellency, if you will let the other members of Senor Petty's group accompany him, I shall take full responsibility for...
You have your orders, Captain.
Sergeant.
Just around the bend. Come on.
I don't see any furs, senor.
This is where we buried them. This is the pit we dug, what's left of it. Here's some of the deerskins we used to line it with.
You don't think someone stole them?
No, it must have been a flash flood from the mountains.
Sergeant, ride down the arroyo and see if you can find any beaver pelts.
You asked me, there never were any.
I gave you an order. Go with him.
Captain, if they do find any, they won't be worth anything. Lying out there in the sun.
This is your chance to escape.
Escape?
Yes. When they return, I will pretend to be unconscious. I will tell them you attacked me, you struck me over the head and got away. There's food and water in that pack.
Thank you, Captain. If I don't go back to San Diego, their 4 Americans will pay for it with their lives.
If you go back without any furs, you will all be shot as spies.
It's better to die with friends.
So, you take my men on a fool's errand at my expense.
But I've already explained to you, sir.
I should have ordered all of you executed the day you arrived. Take him away and lock him up. Don't look so downcast, senor. What is it? Who is this man?
He was picked up just offshore in a small boat.
A boat? Where did it come from?
It was a boat from a ship, Your Excellency. The name was on the side. The Franklin.
An American ship. Making ready to land, no doubt. Do you know this man, Senor Patty?
No, sir.
He's an American.
There are 10 million Americans, sir.
You are both part of the same spy ring. You come by land, he comes by sea. Now tell me, where's your ship? At what port does it intend to land? How many aboard? He's bluffing.
He's fainted, Your Excellency.
If he thinks he can prevent me from getting an answer, he's greatly mistaken.
He's dead.
Dead? Are you sure?
His shipmates must have set him adrift. Afraid that the rest of the crew would come down with the plague.
Plague?
Smallpox.
It's a lie. It's a trick. Another spy trick.
Well, go ahead. Take a look for yourself. He's all broken out.
You would contaminate me.
You're already contaminated.
Find the leech, get some sulfur powder, and bring it to my quarters immediately. And get rid of that thing. Get rid of it, I said! Sergeant Alvarez, dispose of the body.
I don't want to catch the plague.
Then get your men to bury it.
I'm not afraid to touch the body. I'll bury him. If you don't want the whole town to break out with the plague, you better stay by yourselves. You've all been exposed.
sergeant said you wanted to see us.
Yes. Well, you can enter my cell. There's nothing to be afraid of.
But you touched the body.
Oh, there was no danger. I'm immune to smallpox. Come in. I'll protect you from the disease.
What makes you immune to this disease?
You wear a charm?
Well, you might say that. Now, this is where I was vaccinated.
What?
My father studied medicine. He vaccinated all of us before we started out. Now, Captain, if you'll please remove your jacket and roll up your sleeves. Senorita, kindly bare your arm. This won't hurt.
I'm not afraid.
Are you sure?
With my own ears, I heard him boast that he is safe, that he has a medicine which protects him from the disease.
With him in his cell?
No longer. I brought it with me. Such an act of resourcefulness, if you'll pardon me, Your Excellency, should entitle me to a lieutenancy.
I'll make you a captain. I'll give you a special citation for saving my life.
And I want some of the medicine, too.
Of course, of course. Where is it? Which is the magic vial?
I don't know, Your Excellency.
Well, what is the medicine? A draft, a powder, or an unguent?
I don't know, sir.
You watch me sicken with smallpox and say you don't know? I'll strip you of your rank. I'll make you a private.
Your Excellency, perhaps you can persuade Senor Paddy to tell us which one it is.
Bring him here. Pronto!
Senor Paddy, wake up! Wake up!
I'm awake.
His Excellency requests your presence in his quarters.
Requests? I thought he would. You wanted to see me?
Yes. The medicine for the smallpox. I desire to know which one it is.
No, were I in your position, I should also want to find out.
Which one is it, Paddy? Perhaps it's not in the kit. Perhaps you have hidden it somewhere.
Oh, no. No, it's in there. Enough serum to vaccinate everyone who's been exposed.
The others can wait. Treat me now.
On one condition. Freedom for me and my party. Signed passports.
I do not make deals with spies.
Well, those are my terms.
You swine. Oh. It appears that I do not have much choice in the matter, so I agree to your terms.
All right, I'll vaccinate you. Take off your robe and roll up your sleeve. It's applied to the arm.
Medicine. Where is it?
What's in the eye of the needle? But first I have to break the skin with the pointed end. keep it covered.
Take him back to his cell and lock him up.
But what about me, my vaccination?
Oh, I forgot. Vaccinate him.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, lock him up in a cell again? You gave me your word that you were going to issue passports to my men and me.
There is no need of keeping one's word to a spy.
I'm afraid you've outsmarted yourself this time, Governor.
Outsmarted myself?
Well, I thought you'd go back on your word. So I didn't use any smallpox vaccine.
What? What did you use?
Plain alcohol. Oh, it won't do you any harm, but it won't do you any good either.
You're lying.
Am I? Do you know which vial I used?
No. But you'll face a firing squad unless you use the correct one right now. You refuse?
Well, how do I know you wouldn't go back on your word again?
Do as I say, or you'll never leave this room.
Well, if you're willing to gamble with your life, I might as well gamble with mine. But with a bullet, death comes quickly. And yours would be slow and gnawing. You saw how the seaman died.
You are a good gambler, senor. I accept your terms. Let's get it over with.
All right, I'll do it. But not now, and not here. And now, Senorita, if you'll give me the passports the governor so kindly signed.
You see, I do keep my word.
Oh, well, I thought you might. Especially with so many of your subjects as witnesses.
Was it necessary for you to humiliate me in front of them by making me wait until last?
Oh, well, that wasn't my intention at all. It was just, well, the others needed it more than you. You see, I vaccinated you last night.
But only with plain alcohol.
Oh, no, with the real thing.
So, you fooled me again.
Oh, by the way, 2 doses might give you a little fever. I suggest you go to bed for a couple of days.
Oh, yes, I shall. I feel somewhat feverish already. Did you hear him? He vaccinated me 2 times. I'm twice as safe as the rest of you.
Goodbye, Signor Patti.
You haven't seen the last of me, Senorita.
You are staying in California?
Well, a large supply of vaccine is due in on a ship which arrives in Monterey in a couple of days. And there are many in California who need protection from smallpox.
And the governor thought you an enemy of our people. I have never met anyone like you, Signor.
Nor have I met anyone like you. I shall think of you often, Carlotta.
And I shall never forget you, Signor. How could I when I bear your mark?
Captain?
Good luck, Senor.
The passport granted to James Patti identified him as sometime Surgeon Extraordinary to His Excellency the Governor of California. And Patti remained on the West Coast long enough to vaccinate more than 20,000 residents. James Ohio Patti did indeed leave his mark on California. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. It is September 1847. On the rocky heights of Chapultepec, a few miles from Mexico City, a battle is taking place. The final and decisive battle of the war between the United States and Mexico. Our story tonight is about one of the heroes of that battle. A young West Point graduate by the name of Reno. Jesse Lee Reno, his full name was. Rank of second lieutenant, and the idol of the men who served under him.
Sorry I had to salute with my left, boys. I'm even sorrier I had to miss the surrender.
That was a surprise, all right, Lieutenant. Here we push on to Mexico City expecting to fight it out there.
Only to find Santa Ana took to the hills. It's all over but the shouting. Yes, it means the end of the war. Well, you fellas will soon be getting your discharges and heading back home.
Well, not me. I'm hitting the trail west.
West?
Well, that's the only place today for a red-blooded man.
How about you, Steve? Well, I sort of had my belly full of the East, too, but I don't know. Are you staying in the Army, sir? Of course, it's my career. Some ways I wouldn't mind staying in myself.
Oh, Steve.
That is if there wouldn't be any chance of keeping on serving under you, sir. Well, the rumor is that I'm going to be sent back to West Point to teach mathematics.
Well, that lets you out, Steve. Now, you come west with me. We'll make our fortunes together.
Well, maybe I will. Good luck to the both of you.
Oh, we'll be seeing you again.
I'm being shipped out today with the rest of the wounded. Then this is goodbye. I'm afraid so. Goodbye, Red. Goodbye, Steve. It's men like you who made this war so short.
And men like you, too, sir.
We'll never forget you, Lieutenant Reno.
Howdy. Howdy. Seen your light. Mighty welcome night like this.
Most travelers find it so. Warm up.
Oh, thanks.
What you call this place?
Oh, ain't got no name. Just a way station on the Truckee River. Say, you fellas heading for California? Oh, we just come from there. We're going to try our luck in Nevada now. How much you charge the bed folks down? $1 a night. You got 2 customers. Want some supper?
You bet. Say, with the snow melting, that river's getting pretty full. It's liable to overflow and wash this place clear away.
Never has yet. How long you been here?
Oh, quite a spell.
Figured I could do better putting up prospectors than I could prospecting myself.
You were smart. Prospecting's for fools.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, look at us. We've been traveling over mountains and deserts for the last 11 years, ever since we left Mexico. What do we got to show for it? A few measly pickings. Beginning to wish I'd stayed in the Army.
Hopping on that again, huh?
Maybe I'll re-enlist. Go write Lieutenant Reno a letter.
You don't even know where he is.
I could send it to West Point.
Well, you don't even know where that is.
Sure I do. It's at
West Point.
Sure, you see? Jesse Lee Reno. There was one fine soldier.
Yeah, if we did join up, at least I'd have a decent pair of boots.
You mean you will?
I'll buy you outfits from you. Let me see your money. Got a gold pan here. Shovel.
Got a pick.
Pot.
Got a tin dishes. I got something else in here.
What do you do with a bugle?
Well, I keep it, mister. Memory of some of the best days of my life.
Hey, fella, have you heard the news?
What news?
Silver. Silver?
Where?
Washoe Mountains.
Just yonder?
Them gold seekers have been throwing the stuff away, thinking it was worthless.
Turned out to be silver, huh?
High grade. The rush has already started. I've been thinking of giving up freight and sticking out a claim for myself. Hey! Thanks for your hospitality. You leaving tonight?
Well, it'll be tomorrow before we get there. Sure don't mince words.
Yeah, looks like war for certain, don't it?
Yeah, blast it. Wish I'd stayed in the Army. Could be fighting now on Reno's team.
Oh, we could be fighting right here, Steve. Start a little war of our own.
Say, you're right. Look, there's a Union flag over at the courtroom. While I get it, you round up some of the fellas and find a pole. We'll plant it on top of the mountain, run up Old Glory. Show the world that Washoe County's for President Lincoln and the Union.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that sure wasn't like planting a flag at Chapultepec. I figured we was going to run into a little opposition anyway.
You know what Lieutenant Reno used to say, surprise is 50% of winning the battle. Look at her flying up there.
Hey, look what's flying on the roof of Johnny Newman's saloon.
Confederate flag. What's the idea, Newman?
Headquarters of the Confederate States of America.
Ah, heck it is. This is Union territory.
Not anymore, it ain't. We're taking over. We're seizing Fort Churchill, too. And any demonstration you Yankees try to put on will go hard with you.
Shoot that flag down, so help me.
You get yourself killed? Don't be a fool. Well, tell them how many men are in that saloon, how many others are hidden in other buildings.
Well, what are we going to do? Just let that rebel flag fly?
We're going into Big Mike's and have a drink.
Now, look, Steve, this is no time to get...
On.
Give me a whiskey.
Make it two.
Who does that Johnny Newman think he is, calling this place Confederate headquarters? The next thing you know, they'll be marching up to the top of the mountain and holding down our Union flag.
Let's round up everybody who feels like we do. Get some guns and chase those rebels out of town.
There's a better way than that, Steve. Eddie, saddle up a horse and ride to Fort Churchill as fast as you can. Tell them the rebels are trying to take over and to send a detachment of soldiers here on the double. The back way.
That's smart thinking, Red. Those soldiers will fetch that flag down from Johnny's saloon.
Well, don't need a whole detachment to do that. Hang around that door and hold Johnny's attention as much as you can.
Where are you going?
To Stone Chapultepec.
Red, look out! On the roof and back!
Thought you could get away with something, huh?
Now, look, Rebel, this is Union territory.
That's why we disagree. Now, you run back up there and put that flag up.
Even if I did, it wouldn't stay there long. There's a detachment of soldiers from Fort Churchill on the way over here right now.
How do you know?
I sent for them. If you guys are smart, you'll clear out of here before they get here.
Hold it! He's lying. If there's soldiers on the way, he would have waited for them instead of climbing up to get the flag by himself.
It just happens I crave this privilege for myself.
Well, now, you can have the privilege of running it up again.
Not on your life.
You mean on yours. I'll give you till I count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
I was lying, huh? Well, just stick around and you'll have a chance to attend your own funeral.
Red, are you all right?
Couldn't be better. You should have seen those rebels scatter when they heard the soldiers coming. Where are they?
Well, I don't know. They ain't got here yet.
What do you mean ain't got here? I heard the bugle.
Well, that was me.
Well, I'll be a son of a gun.
Hey, Red. Yeah. Looky here. They made Lieutenant Reno a general.
General?
It says so right here. Grant, Stonewall Jackson. Them other fellas we knew as shaved tails.
Jackson's fighting for the South.
Naturally. Be queer, wouldn't it, if him and Reno met up?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It ain't right.
That Jackson and Reno should meet up?
Not in a war against each other, where once they were on the same side.
What can you do? We're in it.
Yeah, I know. Brother against brother, it ain't right.
An old soldier going soft? What would General Reno say?
Maybe he'd say, war don't solve nothing.
Fuller. Remember us?
Sure, I remember you two. You were here when the news come of the big Comstock strike, about 4 years ago. You two lit out of here like a couple of bats out of Hades. Been in Virginia City ever since?
Yeah, ever since.
Yeah, cleaning up, huh?
Can't complain at all.
Doing all right.
Well, what's the latest news?
It's about the same.
Since the telegraph went through, I hear less news than I did with the Pony Express. At least the ponies stopped here.
I see you built a bridge across the Truckee River.
Yeah, collect a lot of tolls. All that freight going up to the Comstock these days. Next thing I aim to do is put an addition on this room. Make a real trading post out of it.
Good location for it.
None better. Last stop on the overland route before crossing the Sierras.
Howdy.
Well, howdy, Captain.
My horse has a loose shoe. I wondered if...
Some nails right there in that box. Some shoes, too. Just help yourself.
Thank you. I should have had the blacksmith at the fort check before I left.
You from Fort Churchill?
Yes.
What's the latest reports from the east?
The Yanks are still trying to take Richmond. Reno's death was an awful blow.
What?
What did you say?
I said Reno's death was an awful blow to the North.
General Reno dead.
Do you know him?
He was a friend of ours.
We served under him in Mexico.
Well, I'm sorry to bring you bad news.
Oh, sit down, Captain. Tell us how it happened.
Yeah, we'd like to know the details.
Well, the whole story of General Reno's death rightly started 3 days earlier, on September the 11th, 1862, when Reno pushed Stonewall Jackson and his Confederates out of Frederick, Maryland.
Jackson?
So they did meet.
You knew Jackson, too?
Well, they were both in Mexico on the same side when we served under Reno. But go on.
General Reno was welcomed by a delegation of citizens of Frederick, including the mayor.
We thought at first you were General Jackson returning.
When did he leave?
Yesterday. And glad we were to see him and his troops go.
Well, I was one citizen expecting Union troops.
Oh, that's been flying all along.
All the while the Confederates were here?
Every minute. The rest of us, when we heard that General Jackson was going to occupy the town, we hid inside, but not the widow Fritchie. That old lady went straight upstairs and hung out the Union flag for everybody to see. Well, when General Jackson came riding up the street, the head of his men, and saw that flag, he turned kind of purple. And then he gave a command, and a couple of his men raised their muskets and took aim. And just then, Mrs. Fritchie leaned out the window. I closed my eyes. I couldn't bear to look. She's an old lady, sir. She's 70 if she's a day. But as she stood there holding that flag against herself, she looked like the spirit of the Union itself.
I used to know Stonewall Jackson. We were at West Point together, and in Mexico, too.
He gave orders that nobody was to touch the flag or harm Mrs. Fritchie.
Yes, he may be a rebel, but he's also a gentleman. I should like very much to meet the widow Fritchie.
Well, all you have to do is knock. She's at home.
Thank you, sir. I'm General Jesse Reno, ma'am, commanding general of the 9th Corps of the Union Army.
Hard on the heels of General Jackson.
Yes, ma'am, we're going right through. But I wanted to stop long enough to pay homage to a very gallant lady.
If my husband had been alive, I'd never have dared do what I did.
Mrs. Fritchie, I have a great favor to ask of you. Is there any way in which I could acquire that flag?
Oh, I'm afraid not, General.
Well, I don't mean to offend you, ma'am, but I was offering to buy it from you.
There isn't that much money in the United States.
I respect your feelings, ma'am.
I have another one, though, that I will give you. One that I made myself. I should be very proud to have you accept it, General.
Thank you, ma'am. I shall place it in my saddlebags and carry it with me as long as I live. Barbara Fritchie, I salute you. You're a very brave woman and a patriot. May this flag of yours wave above us both on a happier day.
God grant that it may, General Reno. God grant that it may.
Cots are all full. Leave him out here. I'll get to him as soon as I can.
He's dead, Doctor.
Dead? What'd you bring him here for? You know what to do.
It's General Reno.
Reno?
He was leading a charge. I think he died right off.
Here lies a great soldier, man.
Please, sir. This was in his saddlebag. He was showing it to some of us last night. A woman gave it to him in Frederick. He was very proud of it. I brought it because I thought...
I'm sure he would. Flag he loved and died for.
General Reno was killed in the Battle of South Mountain, 10 miles west of Frederick, on the 14th day of September. They gave him a military funeral, and then sent his casket home to his widow in Boston, draped in the flag that Barbara Fritchie had given him.
He was a great soldier.
One of the country's best defenders, the citation read.
Jesse Reno dead. Still can't believe it. I wish there was something we could do.
We ought to get up some kind of a memorial for him. Name a place after him, or like that.
Well, there's this place.
It ain't much. Hardly worth naming, let alone after a hero. But if you want to
It's been a haven for travelers, ain't it? Ever since Gold Rush days, right?
That it has.
And Fuller's planning to add to it. And there's the toll bridge.
Who knows, one day it might be an honest-to-goodness town.
Well, let's take a vote. Captain?
To General Reno.
Fuller.
It's all right by me.
Well, that makes it unanimous.
From this day on, this place is named Reno.
The coming of the Central Pacific Railroad in 1868 made the name of Reno official. Land was auctioned off and a settlement sprung up. By 1871, it had become the county seat of Washoe County. Today, it is a city of thriving industry, beautiful homes, imposing public buildings, a university with the famous McKay School of Mines, public parks, and churches. And on the site of the old Pioneer Way Station by the Truckee River, one of the great hotels of the West. Reno, the biggest little city in the world. Named for General Jesse Lee Reno, by two comrades who left him a far greater monument than they dreamed.
ড্রেস চেঞ্জ করতেছিস?
আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না। কি কইতেছেন আপনি? কি কইতেছেন?
গায়ে হাত দিছেন কেন?
গায়ে দিও মানে এ বড় গায়ে দিলে কি করবে? একদম গায়ে
করতেছেন।
তুই করতেছিস। তুই গায়ে দিলে
তুই আমি আজকে শেষ করব। তুই টাকা দে, আমার টাকা দে।
তোরে আজকে বই
না কোন রাস্তার মধ্যে আইছেন ভাই? এই এই আপনি কারে করছেন? হ্যাঁ
আরে ভাই আপনারে কই নাই। আমার কল দিছিলাম, এই কল রিসিভ করতেছ না, ওরে কইছি।
আমারে কোন মানে এই আপনি নামেন তো নামেন। আমি যাব না। আমি যাব না। আপনি কি করতেছেন? হ্যাঁ
আপনি যাইবেন না কেন?
না আমি যাব না। আপনি আপনি নামেন। আমার টাকা দেন, আমি যাইগা।
দেমু না টাকা। আমারে না নিয়ে গেলে আমি ভাড়া দেমু না।
আরে আপনি কখন থেকে এই অলি করতেছেন? আপনার আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না। একদমই সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না। আপনি টাকা দেন, আমি যাইগা।
আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না।
না
কি কইতেছেন আপনি? কি কইতেছেন?
গায়ে হাত দিছেন কেন?
গায়ে দিও মানে এ বড় গায়ে দিলে কি করবে? একদম গায়ে
করতেছেন।
তুই গায়ে দিলে
তুই আমি আজকে শেষ করব। তুই টাকা দে, আমার টাকা দে।
তোরে আজকে বই
মোটরসাইকেল করে নিয়ে যেতেছেন ভাই? এটা আমার মালিকের মোটরসাইকেল ভাই। ভাই মোটরসাইকেল নিয়ে যান না।
গাড়ি থামলো কেন?
স্যার একটা অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে।
ভাই ভাই আমার একটু বাঁচান
স্যার
ভাই।
পেটে তো ছুরি।
মনে হচ্ছে চিনতে কে?
হসপিটালে নিয়ে যান ভাই।
স্যার হসপিটালে নিয়ে যাব?
আরে পাগল হইছো? এত রাতে থানা পুলিশের ঝামেলা কে যাবে? চালাও গাড়ি।
স্যার যে অবস্থা মনে হয় না বাবু।
ভাই যান না ভাই। ও ভাই আমার একটু হসপিটাল